Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers got it on Wednesday. TCO Performance Center Bar and Grill. Joint practices day one. They did it early in the morning, trying to avoid some rain in the afternoon. And the competition, man, you love to see it. There wasn't fisticuffs, but you could feel the tension was there. The competition was there. I think the fans got a fantastic view of what this Vikings team could and should be in 2022. Also, you effing like that. Woo! I love angry Kirk Cousins. Activate. It's fantastic, man. So starting off, Gessling, Shanahan in the house, Mike Shanahan. For Vikings-Niners joint practices, Shanahan was the Gophers OC when Kyle Shanahan was born in Minneapolis. Of course, Kyle Shanahan, head coach of the Niners. Mike Shanahan won a couple Super Bowls back in the day with the Denver Broncos. Of course, it was mainly because of Gary Kubiak as OC. LOL, JK. Also, Shanahan won a couple rings when he was OC of the Niners. Well, maybe just one. But he was OC of the Super Bowl Niners Chargers, where Steve Young had 6 touchdowns. I think that's Super Bowl record. Anyways, Brad Childress also here as well. Chili in the house. Get your chili hot. Just combining two tropes from former Minnesota football coaches. Anyway, but it's nice to see Chili back in the building. Like I understand him and ownership didn't exactly see it eye to eye back in 2010, but is what it is. Vikes Insider, Nate Hairston goes at it with 49ers running back Jordan Mason after a special teams rep. Vikings cornerback Chris Boyd trots over and lets Jordan Mason hear it. And everything was sort of bubbling under the surface. Like it didn't turn out to be Pats Panthers for sure. There wasn't any full-on fights, but both sides, both Shanahan and O'Connell, told their players, hey, any fights, any throwing punches, you'll be tossed out of practice. And if you're a mid-roster or a bubble guy, I mean that could be really rough for your chances of making the squad or practice squad. Gessling. Ed Ingram is at right guard as the Vikings' first-team offense begins 11-on-11 drills against the Niners, and he needs to stay there because Jesse Davis, there's been a quasi-viral clip of Jesse Davis getting put on his ass by Javon Kinlaw, the former first-round pick coming out of South Carolina. So that wasn't good, and Davis was working at second-team left guard. He had been working mainly at right guard, obviously on first team, and now I think the Vikings are grooming him to be that swing backup guard. Also, some tackle flexibility in there as well. Chris Long, wow. After completing a pass in 11-on-11, Kirk Cousins exclaims, "You like that? You bleeping like that." Very loud and clear. And yes, Kirk Cousins, frick around and find out. I love this version of Kirk, man. He's fantastic. Will Raggett, Sports Illustrated. Adam Thielen had some words for a few 49ers DBs after a catch in 11s. Now, Adam Thielen, low-key, like he's a jar. Like he will get out there and talk, and sometimes maybe over the line, maybe it bubbles over, maybe he gets a little bit emotional, but he gets fired up. You love to see the pride of Detroit Lakes get after it. Sam Ekstrom, Wyatt Davis getting some rare second-team work at left guard. Ed Ingram has been with the ones at right guard. Now, maybe they bench Jesse Davis as a second-team left guard because he just got embarrassed, but it's good to see. Our guy Wyatt Davis hadn't been above third team for at all during training camp or preseason. It's good to see him getting off the mat. It's good to see that he wasn't part of 85-man cuts, and maybe he'll get some run because Chris Reed has been dinged up. Jesse Davis just sort of got pantsed. Whatever. He's a veteran. You don't really need him in the final 2 preseason games. So hopefully Wyatt Davis, no matter what, will get some work in the final 2 exhibition games. Thomason, Pioneer Press. That wrap that Vikings tight end Irv Smith Jr. had on his injured right thumb is off, and he's been doing exercises on the sideline, moving his hand around. So it's a fantastic sign that hopefully on September 11th, Irv Smith Jr. will be ready to go. That's been the timeline. That's been the hope. He still has just under a month to get there. Well, 3 weeks, whatever. Thomason. Sean Mannion and Kellerman splitting Vikings second-team reps at quarterback. And this is after they were listed as co-number 2s on the second version of the depth chart. It's whatever. I mean, Kellerman, he showed out in preseason. He looked sort of whatever in the return to practice today against the Niners, but you're going to expect that. There's going to be ebbs and flows. There's going to be highs and lows, but every time, just a little step higher on the Raggets. The 49ers are having a tough time covering Justin Jefferson today, put it lightly. And the Niners, they got some talent there at cornerback, man. But Justin Jefferson, like all training camp, he's just been uncoverable. Now, it's a combination of Jefferson just being that dude, as well as Kevin O'Connell designing plays, setting up cornerbacks on plays where they know that Jefferson, he's going to get the ball, but he still gets open. It's fantastic, man. And that's what he's bringing over from the Rams, where everyone knew Cooper Kupp was getting the rock. He still got the rock. And that's part and parcel of a very well-designed offense by Kevin O'Connell and Sean McVay, as well as the talent of the receiver. Cooper Kupp over there, Justin Jefferson here. So it's kismet. It's a perfect combination. It's like peanut butter and jelly, or, I don't know, crime. I had a witty analogy right there, but it's been a long day. Thomason, Vikings O-lineman Chris Reed, not practicing today, has a wrap on his right arm. Now, he didn't play in the Raiders preseason game. It was speculated that it was just a veteran day, but maybe Reed is dinged up. And I don't really think that you need to practice him, although if he had any hope of overtaking Garrett Bradbury at center, I mean, this was going to be it. Like, except Chris Reed should and could be out there. But I don't know. If Bradbury holds his own, it's whatever. But Chris Reed hopefully be ready for the season. Ekstrom, Kellerman not exactly carrying over very well from his good fourth quarter. Rude. Good second half. I've seen him tuck it and run it at least 4 times. Still looks hesitant, even though Wes Phillips said earlier he thought Mond was improving in his decision making. And that's what Mond needs to work on. That's what all young quarterbacks coming to the league need to work on. Let it go, because they're waiting for the receivers to be open like in college, or be open as in college, where you have to throw receivers open in the National Football League, because that's just how fast the game is compared to college football, even high-level college football, where Kellerman played in the Big Bad SEC. And Kellerman, you see this with young quarterbacks, and you often see this in preseason, where even if the rookie quarterback isn't known as a running quarterback, like he'll have a rushing touchdown, he'll have some rushing yards and whatever, but because he's hesitant, he doesn't want to screw up, he doesn't want to throw a bad pick, he doesn't want to be embarrassed. So if he sees his primary read, it doesn't look open to him, but he actually is open, he just needs to make the throw, he'll tuck and run. And now, initially, we like that about Christian Ponder. It's like, oh, he's running for a first down on third down. You like to see that. But then afterwards, like if the first read was covered, you're like, oh, he's running again, as opposed to going to the second read. That's whatever. And then finishing up on some special teams, Seifert, who's not Carl Gerbschmidt. I had Vikings place kicker Greg Joseph, 6 of 8 during a field goal drill to end Vikings practice day. Makes from 45, 42, 34, 41, 50, and 43. Misses from 45 and 48. Now, here's the kicker. Shot chaser. Both misses came with Ryan Wright, the UDFA punter out of Baylor, as his holder. Incumbent punter Jordan Berry is the regular holder. So every kick that Jordan Berry held, he made. Every one that he missed, Ryan Wright, the rookie, was holding. So I think there's a correlation there. I don't put any of that on Greg Joseph, where holding is really important. It really is. And also, the shank at the bank was Jeff Locke. Did he have the laces in, Dan? I don't know. Who really knows? But all I know is that Greg Joseph and Jordan Berry and Andrew DePaulo, the long snapper, are a really nice triumvirate. They're an effing tripod when it comes to snap, hold, kick. Snap, hold, kick. And plus, Jordan Berry's been out punting the rookie anyway. So just cut Ryan Wright at 80-man cuts and move on with life. I mean, that's it. But that's it. Recap of the Vikings' first joint practice against the Niners. They get on again Thursday at 10 a.m. to noon yet again before their Saturday night preseason game at U.S. Bank Stadium. But that's it. Your thoughts on our thoughts. Let us know in the comment section below. Frick around and find out. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.